Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. My name is Yadira. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my entire Louis Vuitton collection. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I want to say this is going to be a somewhat medium-ish length video, but in any case, grab a snack just in case, and let's get going with my entire Louis Vuitton collection. I'm gonna start off with my least interesting or exciting part of my collection, and that is my magazines that come with free gift with purchase. I do have 5 of them, and the 5 that I do have, book number 12. I also have book number 14, book number 15, book number 16, which I find this is a book that I see being gifted more often than not. I've had maybe 3 of these, and I've given the extras away because I only need 1 copy. And then I do have the 200th edition, and those are my freebies. While these are certainly something that you can just toss in the trash as you get them, I do have them out in display, and I wanted to share my collection of the 5 so far. I'm not sure if they have like book 17 or 18 and so on and so forth already out, but these are the ones that I have. The back really quick. So this is the back of book 12, the back of book 14, the back of book 15, the back of book 16, and then this is the back of book 200. The 200th edition is, I believe, the Life of Louis Vuitton. I do have a little card here from them. It says, "It isn't every day that you turn 200, and that is how old Louis Vuitton would have been this year." I didn't write down the year that it was. I haven't actually looked through any of these magazines. I think that this might be the most special one that I have, just because I think it was given to their clients, and also one that tells his life story. Again, I haven't flipped through all of these, but those are the magazines that I do have. And then on the realms of, books and photography and all that goodness, I do have the Mexico Travel Edition book. This one is not expensive at all. I want to say it was maybe like $60 or so. Louis Vuitton does have a collection of different destinations around the world, and this one being the Mexico one. I kind of thought about maybe collecting all the different countries that I have visited. Again, I don't really look through this one in itself, so I don't know if I would be collecting any. I just bought this one because I thought that it would be nice to have with the colors that were chosen with this one in particular, and this front covering to show out for decor. Maybe we'll be thinking about adding more. Let me know if you do have a collection of travel books by Louis Vuitton, and if so, which ones do you have within your collection? So moving on to shoes, the first pair that I'm going to share with you is not exactly the first pair that I purchased from them, and these are the bandeau flat mules. These are their original version because they did revamp it just a little bit. On the current versions or the new version, the footbed is different. It is more of a rubber sort of style, and they have Velcro now, I believe. On my particular version, you do have the option of making it a little bit snug or just keep it as is. I just have mine just as it came from the store in the medium setting for all of the buckles. And in here I do have protector, and you'll see it right there. So what this is basically like slips that you can put on like the back of your high heels. Like if there are strappy sandals and they are like in the back of your ankle, you can put this to secure and kind of have that little cushion with friction and prevents any like blistering or anything like that, or discomfort I should say. So I do have that on the top portion right here, and same on the other one. So that actually makes the shoe a little bit more comfortable for me to wear. These I actually took to Rome with me, and I use these a lot. So my husband did repaint the bottom soles because I scratched them all up. They do have a little bit of wear on the actual front. What I will say is that these have a lot of fraying as well, so that's something to consider if you are looking into buying a shoe that does have canvas sort of material on it. And looking back at purchasing these, I do keep the paper in them to kind of keep them from like sagging or losing the actual shape of the strap. And now I do have that sticker that I mentioned at the back, so that could be helping it a little bit. If I was to do these all over again, I think I would skip these, knowing what I know now about them. Now on the current version, they did replace the bottom of the footbed, and it is like a rubberized sort of material, whereas this has a leather on top. Literally, as you walk, your feet does this noise. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear this everywhere, and that's kind of annoying and a little bit of embarrassing as well. But I still use my shoes. I did buy them and they were expensive, but as I get older, I find that I'm just like, that's a little bit too annoying, and I don't really know how to solve that problem. I thought of maybe using like baby powder or like flour on there, but then I thought, like, as you wear your shoes, your feet do naturally sweat, and I don't want it to be muddy in there. So I think it's something that is unavoidable. But again, on the new version, they are different, and that might be something that might be solved already. If you do have the new version of the bandeau flats, let me know if your version has any sort of, noises every single time you walk. I did get these in a size 38, and I am a 7.5, true size 7.5 US, and these fit great in terms of sizing, if that is what you're wondering. I think whenever it comes to Louis Vuitton shoes, you probably want them to have a little bit of LV, and more often than not, possibly canvas. So I thought that I would point out on the frame that does happen, at least with this particular pair. The next pair of shoes that I have are the flat mule sandals, and these are in the color cognac, I believe. I got these again in a size 38, and these I have loved, and I have not repainted the bottom or gotten anything done to the actual shoe. Between the two shoes that I do have from Louis Vuitton in my collection, these are my favorite. Now these do have a wood bottom that I remember being so incredibly slippery whenever I did get them, and as you use them, you will eventually create friction at the bottom to where that's not really an issue. Whenever I use these, I do have some kind of noise, but it mainly is, that sandal where you are losing traction between your foot and the shoe, and it's like your foot slips, you take a step, and your sandal slams down on the floor, carpets, tile, wood, whatever that you're stepping on, you will hear that kind of noise, but it is way more forgiving and different compared to the actual sound that I get every time that I use my bandeau flat mules. And these, I like how they're sort of understated in the sense that they don't have canvas, and they don't have this emblem in like a hardware sort of tone. Like, it blends in with the actual sandal, and a lot of the times I find that they're more sort of understated sort of shoe. Of course, if you do get close to me, you will obviously see the emblem on them. These have actually held up quite nicely, considering that these have been in my collection much longer than the bandeau flat mules, and I want to say I probably used them maybe a little bit longer, but definitely a pair that I do enjoy, and I would consider getting additional shoes from Louis Vuitton. I'm glad that I have the two different variation of materials within my two shoes currently, that I can kind of have that as a pre-warning for any other shoe that I do want to get later from Louis Vuitton. I'm going to be showing you my first handbag that I have within reach here, and this is my mini bum bag in the monogram. Comes with the vachetta strap and also the chain in gold strap detail. Quite fun bag, and I actually have used this a ton, mainly for travel, but I love this for a grab and go moment. It's one that you can wear on your shoulder as a crossbody, and I actually do have a second chain where I have that version of a long shoulder moment option, or also crossbody with the chain. And this one is actually a little bit too big to be worn as a belt bag on my particular body frame on the smallest setting, but if you're able to get away with it, then you do have that bum bag option of wearing the mini bum bag. This is quite a fun bag and one of my favorites within my collection. I do want to mention that I probably have either an unboxing, a review, or some kind of comparison video with all of my pieces, or most of my pieces I should say. If I do miss mentioning a particular detail or talking about something that you were probably interested within the particular item, check the description bar below to see if I already have a pre-existing video that gives you more details on the item that you are wondering about. So the next item that I have, again in a random order, just whatever is in reach. It is my 6 key holder, and this is in the damier ebene. This is one that I got in 2019, I believe, and it is showing wear now more than I would like it to, but again, it's not brand new, and it is something that I use quite regularly. But I am happy that the actual gold is still holding up quite nicely. I do have a protector on the button right here, so my button itself is not terribly scratched. There is no changing of color. The actual canvas itself is fine. The wear that I have mostly on this piece is in the glazing region, and I will show you the most impacted area, and that is right at the top right here. That is most of the wear, and all of the other corners pretty much look the same to where the glazing looks like it's kind of shrinking. And I do want to show you the inside really quick. Again, I do use this. Here is what my gold looks like. I think it's holding up quite nicely. I do see some discoloration on the top here, but I think I could probably just buff it out a little bit, just so carefully, because I know that it's plated. It's not like gold. Next up is one of my most favorite pieces within my collection. It is my empreinte key pouch in the marine rouge combination. This was an item that was discontinued. I don't remember exactly when, maybe 2022 or 2023. I only have one, but it is a favorite and one that I actually would be willing to replicate again. And sadly, that would have to be at the pre-owned market because again, it is discontinued. But I particularly like this wallet because it had a back zipper to where I can put in my most accessible form of payment in the back and keep my car key inside. And because my car is keyless entry, I was able to house my key in here without having to access this particular flap a lot. So while this is something you open and close quite regularly, if you were to use this to house your cash, your debit card and credit card, or even your insurance card and ID, you know, things that you would reach for more often in your wallet, and then I would assume that you would have more wear within the glazing right here. Again, my most accessible form of payments and my ID would be in the back. So with this being a zipper, I didn't have to access this a lot. So when I look at this piece, I think it's in a very great condition. Now, I don't think I would part ways with it, and I'm actually in the hunt of buying another Louis Vuitton wallet. I mean, it doesn't have to be Louis Vuitton, it can certainly be a different brand, but I do like my Louis Vuitton SLGs and I've had great luck with them with how much I have worn my everyday pieces. It's a brand that I would look forward to do it again with a wallet. The only thing that stops me is that, again, I like to carry my key fob and my wallet sort of essentials with me, and a lot of wallets that are compact, they don't allow for something, you know, thick or hefty as a key fob alongside your keys and cash and everything else to fit quite properly in a compact size wallet. So one of the reasons why this was my most favorite. Yeah, if you do have any great recommendations for a compact wallet that does fit a key fob, let me know what that is down below. As I'm putting this one away, I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should take this out of retirement and start using it again because it's such a nice piece. My next is my one and only pochette metis that I have within my collection. This is the pochette metis in the empreinte style in the navy nacre color. This is a metallic navy color, so it's not necessarily dark. It is very comparable to like a blue jean sort of color that is metallic. It does feature silver tone hardware, and the strap is also in the same material, being in the leather. The inside of this particular one is in a suede, micro suede interior that I know some empreinte leathers have the textile lining as the interior and some have the micro suede. Now that could add to the weight of the bag. This bag, while it's not excessively heavy on its own, it does have some weight to it once you have all of your items in it. I thought about getting the monogram version, but do I need a second metis? And that is one of the things that's kind of hard about this one is the closure. It is an S-lock closure. If you don't have anything in the front pockets or anything that can give it support while you're pushing, it kind of just pushes inside. So it's kind of hard to close the bag if you don't have anything there to kind of help it, you know, whenever you're putting like a snap button top, you are putting pressure in the back while you're securing the top to snap it shut. front is the same sort of story with this particular closure. So that is one thing that I find myself often not really closing all the way. Like if I'm driving and I'm grabbing something out of the bag, if I don't close it, I know right away because I hear the tapping. Now I do have my protector that came with the bag still on the bag, so my hardware itself doesn't have any scratches or anything, but I have seen some metises in the pre-owned markets that have a lot of wear within the hardware right here in the front. In the back, it does have a zipper, and if I didn't already say, this is in the Giants monogram sort of print, so that's why you'll see the blown up logos there. So this is the pochette metis in the navy nacre color. Next up is a bandeau, and this is in the denim confidential, I believe that's what it's called. The backside does have a different print. It's not the exact same print, but it's not too different from the front side, so it doesn't really look like it's, you know, double-sided. It is basically different hardware and vachetta detail that are featured in every bag. So whether that is the actual top, like the metis handle from the bag that I just showed you, or the crochet. A lot of Lock Me bags have this giant padlock option in the front as a closure. These are the straps for neverfull padlock, something very iconic to Louis Vuitton. The S-lock closure that we just chatted about, the keys that come in the crochet, and I do have double-sided tape on here, so that's why the actual tag is not hanging. This one, more often than not, I have it tied on my handbags, so I don't really use it like as a scarf or on my hair or anything like that. It's pretty much an accessory. I also have wrapped it from my pochette metis because I feel like this color combination pairs very well with my particular handbag. Now the second and last bandeau that I have within my collection is also double-sided. This is the My LV 360, I believe that's what it's called. I will have the details down below on the unboxing or reviews that I have within my collection already, but this one's quite fun. It has a very neutral-ish colors. It does have like a peach, borderline coral, and a faint red. It's not a deep red, but it's a very kind of tomato-ish sort of parmesan color of red. So it is nice. It looks a little bit feminine from one side, and then just understated Louis Vuitton, even though it does have the actual logo on here. It does look a little bit not in your face compared to the reverse side. It almost kind of looks like a tie sort of. Here is the Louis Vuitton logo on that side, and then on the opposite end it is right down in there. I'd used this in my hair maybe once or twice. I haven't used it as a scarf. I have tied it to mostly my Artsy. I've tied both in my Artsy. I find that both of these look quite nice with my Artsy, and I probably tied it from my Speedy as well, but yeah, most of it is just accessories for my handbags. I would like to get the BB bandeaus because they are much thinner in size, and I feel like that would be a little bit cuter on the hair. Moving on to a handbag. This is my Onthego in the MM size. This is the giant reverse monogram, so it does have two different colors, a dark and a medium-ish sort of tone. On the side, it does feature the regular size monogram, and then on the opposite end it has it as well in the reverse, so the front being the giant and the bottom is just a continuation of the giant. The handles, they are in the regular size monogram, but they are different, so again, one in the reverse and one in the traditional monogram. This handbag is quite nice because not only is it a top handle, not only do you have two different ways of styling it, but you do also have it as a shoulder tote bag sort of style, which is quite cool because it kind of just amps the different versatility. This is actually one of my most used handbags, one of my favorites within my collection. Would I do it again? I probably would not look into any of the other sizes. It would have to be like a significant difference, like not the next size down because it's still kind of the same bag to me. This is my 30mm LV Iniciales is belts, and I have it in the black and in the monogram. My buckle is heavily scratched. It also does have some color changing. I haven't tried cleaning it at all. I know some people use like Brazo, make it come to life a little bit more, but again, I know this is plated, so I don't fuss with it. I should probably keep it in like a little baggie to where this is a little bit more taken care of whenever I am storing it, because I literally just have it hanging in my closet, primarily because I don't want to coil it and make the marks on the actual leather. If you do have a way to store your belts the best, let me know what that trick is. But yes, this is my one and only Louis Vuitton belt. Next up is my 16mm damier ebene adjustable strap. It's not the strap that comes with the Speedy or any other bag. This is actually a piece that you have to buy separately from Louis Vuitton if you so wish. I got this for one of my bag sets. As I get to it, I will let you know which one that is, but I got it to be able to use it as a crossbody. And this one, I got this one, wow, like a good 10 years ago, and it looks very, very nice. The actual leather looks very nice. Now the hardware, it does have some wear to it. Again, nearly 10 years old, if not already past 10 years. I'm quite happy with how it has worn, but it is the damier ebene version, which if it was the non-treated one, it would probably be a different story. But yeah, it looks great. I don't think you can do a short shoulder with this because it is too long. Or if maybe you bought a piece in the pre-love market and it didn't come with the strap, this is a great piece. And I want to say that it retails for under $400 now. Whenever I got it, it was maybe like $230 or something like that. So the shortest option you can do is a shoulder style, but it'll be like a long shoulder. I mainly use this as a crossbody. It doesn't have additional holes to where you can use it like a little small shoulder bag. Just keep that in mind if you are considering this strap. I will put the product code down below for this one. Next is an accessory once more. This is my pink starlight shawl. This is not the big one. I think this is a 60 by 60 and not like the 90 by 90. While you can use it like a traditional scarf, you can wrap it quite nicely. You are still kind of limited to the style of it because of how short it is compared to like their bigger shawls. But nonetheless, I still use it. I can still, get away with wrapping it as a scarf. Like it's not limited in that aspect by no means. This has a very pretty threading going through it that gives it that sheen, and it kind of looks glittery. Now on the skin, I've used this as a cover up whenever I was gonna go into the Vatican one year, and I was wearing like a tank top sort of a top underneath, and it wasn't scratchy. As you're doing this, like right now you can definitely feel the texture, but like once you're wearing it in the way that I was, like it's quite comfortable. It's not like itchy or anything like that as you wear it. It does have the two different sides, which is not the exact same tone of pink or baby pink, but it does kind of look the same. Just kind of has a little bit of more shine and glitter on one side versus the other. You can use it like this if you like to wrap your scarves like this. It's just that it sits in an awkward length where I feel like if I'm wearing a scarf in this particular manner, I want it to hang a little bit longer. But yeah, you can definitely still style this one. I will link the videos that I have with this one as well, because I have one where I am using this one in a variety of different ways. And to store this one, I just literally hang it from my hanger, and I don't really worry about the creases. Now if I wanted it to be crisp, I could steam it, but yeah, it's gonna get creases as you wear it anyways, so I don't really mind that. It did come in a champagne color also. This is one of my neverfulls in the gameon version, and then on the other end we do have a different style, so it gets a more girly and a little bit more of an edgier side, so that's quite cool about this particular one. And it did come with beige vachetta. So the color that you're seeing right now is very close to how it came. I don't really use this one just because one, it is limited edition, and two, I am scared of getting water drops on the actual vachetta. So I try to use it on non-rainy days, obviously. But yeah, it is in a very, very wonderful condition. The graphics are not peeling, they're not flaking, there's no color transfer on the whites, nothing is bleeding, no loss of color, nothing. So that is great. On the inside, it does have the textile lining. I do also have my wristlet. Looks a little bit funny because the strap leather was a little bit more pink tone compared to like the little piece that it has right here, and compared to the vachetta that's on the actual neverfull. But I mean, it's fine. On this end, it just has the outlines in the black, white, and red coloring. And in the front, it does have a plain card on there with the LV logos. And same with this one, there is no color or any changes to the graphics. In the inside, it does have the same interior lining that the neverfull has. Even though I don't use it, it does have wear to it, which is quite interesting, but pretty much still in a great condition. This came out in 2020, I think, or it might have been 2019, one of those 2 years, but it's holding up quite nicely. Again, I don't really use it too much. I have used it, and every time that I do use it, it is a showstopper. It is fun. I enjoy it. I think I have to get past the fact that it's limited edition and just use the thing because it's a quite fun bag, and I don't have a preference. I was gonna say, oh, I like this side more than this side, but this side is cool too. And if you're wondering, my iPhone, it doesn't fit in there. I've never used that pocket for nothing. I mean, I guess if you have like a parking ticket or a valet ticket, maybe you could. Yeah. I'm not giving it a try. I'm not gonna shove it in there. You can definitely put something in there because it's closed at the bottom. So whatever you put in there, you're not gonna lose it. But you might have a hard time taking it out. Just so depends what it is. So the neverfull and the gameon, quite beautiful, and one of those, I guess, gems within my collection because of how rare it actually is. I have looked into selling this one because I was like, okay, someone could definitely be enjoying it to the fullest, but whenever I went to go submit it for a quote, it was under what I wanted it to be. And also I was still kind of like, okay, if I still want it in my collection, like why am I going to even entertain that idea? So every time that I do think about selling it or getting rid of it, I'm drawn back into it. And this was a Christmas gift from my husband, so that is another tie as well. This is the trevi in the PM size. This is one of my most favorite bags. I love this bag. It is one that has a generous drop right here. So it's one that typically comes out during the winter time because if I'm wearing a jacket, I can slip my arm right through it and wear it like that. Or I like to use it as a shoulder bag. So I often am wearing this one. Well, I kind of use both. I kind of use it as a top handle and as a shoulder. So it's not like I have a preference over the other. It's a cool bag. I love the pleat detail. And now having been to Rome a few times, I just love the fact that this is the trevi. And this is such a different construction compared to the bags that Louis Vuitton has now. Just the hardware itself. Now I do have a protector sticker on it, but it's so chunky, so meaty, so nice. I mean, minimal scratches on the hardware. I have a ton of receipts in here because I was using this bag, but the inside is a microfiber lining, and this bag in particular did come in 2 different versions, I believe, and that is that one had cell phone pockets, smaller side slip pockets, and it might have been a lipstick holder in between with another slip pockets. I don't really recall. The version that I have is from 2014, so it is one of the last bags that they did in this particular style because I want to say it was either discontinued in 2015 or 2014. I wish that I could get in there to give you the exact year, but I want to say this is a 2014, and it does have 2 equal side slip pockets, which I think is quite nice. My cell phone now not being a flip phone is one that fits in there quite nicely. It also has a little D-ring off to the side to hook on something right in there, and it's a big open compartment. Love the interior on this one. Again, that classic cherry red that follows a lot of the damier ebene style bags. And this one, I actually do have a little bit of wear on it. I made a review on this one a few years ago, maybe like 2 years ago now, and I have added some wear to the bag since, but it is quite nice still. So again, the trevi, one of my favorite bags within my collection. Another piece that actually is 3 items in one. So let me take off everything that it has. First up is my ivy chain. This is the chain that I mentioned that I got to be able to use with my mini bum bag, to use the chain option as a crossbody. Now this one is a little bit shorter than the actual chain that comes with the mini bum bag, so on me it works perfect for the intended purpose that I did get it for. And so I don't have a bag that I can share with that one because I did get that one from a fashion file. And then I do have a bag charm. This is my, I think it's called the LV Facet charm. This was a gift from my husband for Valentine's in 2024, and my only Louis Vuitton bag charm that I have. Now let me show you the complete puzzle of how I have the two on there. This is my Alma in the PM size in the damier ebene. One of my favorite bags. I love this style, and it could be this size. Whenever I got this one, the Alma BEB was so popular that whenever I asked my client advisor about the Alma, I asked for the PM size, and then she was like, are you sure you don't want the BB? Like, it's so cute. And it is so cute, but I tend to hold a lot, or I want to be comfortable with sticking a water bottle in all of my handbags, to where a water bottle in the BB, it doesn't work. I mean, it may be one of those little, what is it, like a 4 ounce, 6 ounce mini water bottle. But then if I'm sticking that in my phone, like, what else am I putting in the thing, right? I have thought about getting an Alma in the BB size, or even the Alma mini, but I don't know. I quite like it in this particular size. I did get it, my initials hot stamped right here, and on the opposite end I don't have anything. I guess I could hot stamp a little Vivian or something. The interior is in the, wow, I have more things in here. And I have this. Oh, that's probably the bag for my my bag charm. And I have $20. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Just the tag right here that has the code, and that is everything that I have in here. So beautiful red interior lining. This is the textile lining, and I actually don't have any stains, any marks, any nothing. This is my Alma in the PM size, the damier ebene print. Oh, I know what this one is. This one is a fun piece that for the longest time I looked at it and I was like, it's cute, but do I want to spend money on it? You know, it's one of those pieces. But when they released it, it came with a chain option that I was like, oh, I can wear that with my other bags. So this is the mini pochette in the monogram. The option of coming with the chain only came in the monogram. So if I wanted it in the azur or in the ebene, I didn't have that option. It was just a monogram, which was fine. I don't have any mini pochettes. Well, I didn't have one in my collection before I got this. So in any canvas that it would have came with, it would have been fine for me. So my one and only mini pochettes in this bag, I actually use it as a bag and not so much like a little catch-all or anything like that. I think most people on YouTube will say that they use this as a catch-all, but I have yet to use this one as that. I stick my cell phone in here, my wallets, and like a lip option, like a little mini, maybe like the Charlotte Tilbury minis, because those are not just small but also thin size, or even like the MAC mini lipsticks. Those fit in here nicely, or like a chopstick size that works as well. And this one, I actually have color transfer forming on the actual tab. Now this one, I can't remember if I did the apple guard on it. I did do it on some other pieces, this, but this one I can't remember. Maybe I should try taking off that color transfer to see if I did or didn't. Yeah, such a cute little bag that I like to use as a crossbody more often than not. This is another SLG. This is my toiletry pouch in the 26 size and the monogram. This is the one and only toiletry pouch that I have within my collection. This was whenever they sold them as individuals, whereas now they have it as a trio set. V2 interior, very flexible if you ever do have any liquids in here. I only put like loose makeup or sometimes like catch off for my receipts, pens, lotions, any of those sort of items that I have within my bag. So I haven't actually wiped the inside. I mainly just flip it over and like pat it down, and whatever comes out comes out. Looks pretty good. I do have something in the corner here. Could be like residue from an eyeliner or something, if you can see it in that corner. This I did apple guard and it's fine. I do remember getting water drops on this, and it wasn't a lot. It was probably like 2 water drops, but I actually don't see them. Oh, kind of sort of see them. They'll be like towards the top-ish area right there. But yeah. So far so good. No tearing of the actual canvas. There is no edge wear. No graphics are coming off. None of that. So the 26 size of the toiletry pouch. If I had to buy another toiletry pouch, I think it would be the 15. I think the 15 would fit in all of my bags quite nicely. Most of my bags are in a medium to large size anyway, so I think the 19 would also fit. I think the 15 would be a size that wouldn't be taking anything away from anything else in my collection, and that being my cosmetic pouch in the GM size, where I feel like this is more comparable to 19 size of the toiletry pouch. So that's why I say if I had to get one, it would be the 15 size. But of course, they only have it in the trio now. I do keep desiccant silica packets within my items when I am not using them. The inside of this one is a little bit different than the cosmetic pouch in the regular size, in the sense that it has a pocket and a lipstick holder, not just a pocket the way the other ones do. So it's a nice feature, although I will say that I really don't use the lipstick holder. If I do, it's to house a small little perfume sample, something small like that, similar to the toiletry pouch 26, where I just kind of dump stuff in here. One thing about it is that I always kind of have it unzipped. One thing I am noticing with this piece is that it's kind of curling outwards, if you can kind of see that right there, and it's like doming in the inside. But it is a piece within my collection that I do use quite often, so I actually would not mind getting the small size of the cosmetic pouch, especially because the toiletry pouch, it comes in a trio set, so you kind of have to want all of them together, while the trio that is out currently is quite pretty. Like, do I need 2 toiletry pouches 26? I don't know. So far, I'm really loving this one, and again, would get it in a smaller size, maybe in a limited edition version, so that I'm not like taking too much away. If I had to get the regular one, I think I would do it in the damier ebene, even though I don't think that one is around too much. I don't really see it too much on the website, so it might just be the monogram that is left. Vachetta on here looks quite nicely. There is no water drops, and I want to say that I did do apple guard on this piece too. The monogram cosmetic pouch in the GM size. Next up is my one and only trifecta within my collection. This is my trio of pochette accessoires. I do have it in the monogram. This one is the newest. This is a 2020 piece, so I actually got that in December 2020, and then I am currently using my damier azur handbag. This is my one and only damier azur piece in my collection, and I always beat myself up for it because it is so stunning. I love using this one, and I definitely need to get at least one more handbag in the damier azur print, but I preferably want it to be brand new from the store, which they don't really have a lot of styles in this print anymore. It's tough because in pre-owned, either the canvas is too pink or it's too yellow. This one, while it's still white, beige, whatever this technical color is, this does look like it's yellowing a little bit more than I would want it to. I don't use it too much, but I love every single time that I do use it, and I enjoy it, and it's fun, and I gotta get more. So yes, this is the one that I'm currently using, and the inside is the same color as the zipper, and I actually have another piece in here. My key clay in the monogram, and this one I might be getting another key clay because I have my key fob right here. And then I have 2 cards, my ID, my insurance card, and then it being the key pouch, it does have the key ring that I also have tucked in here. So this has been one that I found is pretty much meeting all the needs that I want in a compact wallet. This one is one of my very first SLGs that I purchased from Louis Vuitton, and it has some wear, mainly the actual canvas and not so much like the zipper material there, and my hardware piece has normal wear. My canvas looks to be fine, just the top edge that is fraying just a tiny bit. This one, perfect. The only thing about it is that my vachetta is darkening, so it's not crisp blonde the way it is when you get it brand new, but the actual body looks perfect. There is no edging, no discoloration. The inside has no stains. This is the one that I wear the least out of my pochette accessoires. This one, I did say she has color transfer, and I can't really see it anymore. That's one of the things with this print. Like, if you don't like mark an X, it will camouflage. Like, you don't know where it's at anymore. There's some right here, and I'll show you before I lose that. So there's that, and you might be able to find the other color transfer, but overall in good condition. Now the inside, there is no stains, still good in there. The little side slip pockets, I have a Starbucks gift card that I haven't used, but the pocket is fine. And the next pochette accessoires that I have is my damier ebene. This one I actually just picked it up from repair not that long ago, so it looks a little bit different to me. I kind of feel like it gave me extra material right here at the bottom, but I mean, it could be that it was in storage waiting for me to pick it up because I didn't pick it up right away whenever they told me it was available. But I mean, I did do the repair straight from Louis Vuitton, so I mean, it's not like it's not authentic, right? But it has been refurbished, I guess you can say. This one is my very first pochette accessoires that I did get, and I got it in 2014. So I mean, for getting a repair after 10 years of using this one, it was my most used piece. I don't think it's bad. I think it's quite nice, actually. That would be a story time for a later date. And my actual strap here, I didn't do anything to this. I didn't even take it in whenever I did do repair. Perfect, great condition. Look at this. This is amazing. It does have some lint from the packaging, but perfect. Look at that hardware. Amazing. Amazing for 10 years. I love the pochette accessoire style. I wish it was still around because it's literally a perfect entry piece for, great for a gift, you know, like if you want to give your daughter this bag, perfect. And me not being, you know, young like that, use them, enjoy them. Like I said, this one is my current handbag. Not only is it one of my most favorite styles, but I think it's a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to the pochette accessoires. Again, I have 3 of them. It was my very first trifecta that completed in 2020. Let me do this one because I think because I have it in the dust bag, it might be a little bit fun, a little bit sneaky, a little suspicious, like, ooh, what is she? So this is my most largest bag in my collection. This is the Artsy in the MM size in the monogram canvas. This I did spray with Apple Guard. I got this in 2021, I think, and I got it from Louis Vuitton itself, so it's not like I got it pre-owned. I know this bag style is no longer available for purchase, but oh, I have a little bit of detail. And then same right in this corner. Feet are pretty nice. One thing about this particular bag is that it is such a large bag. The feet do nothing for the bag, and good thought, but it doesn't do anything for the bag. Maybe if it had a fifth little dot right there, but even then it's just such a big bag. One of my beautiful bags within my collection, I would say the Artsy would be like the most beautiful in terms of like design from the actual fashion house, like all the detail that it has. You see with all the pleats, even like the little lining that it has. This bag has a ton of detail. This would be the bag in my collection that has the second most detail, and most of it being in the braided handle right at the top. And then it does have some pleats, but I would also say that this bag and the trevi first launched around the same time, so it kind of makes sense that they have similar attention to detail, or a lot of detail to the bag, if that makes any sense. The interior of this bag, I do keep it stuffed. Oh, I do have this little crochet that I have it untied and just laying in the very bottom of this bag. This has a lot of organization, and I know you can't really see it, but it has 6 different pockets, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. I'm just kind of propping them open to see, hopefully you can see them. Yeah, you can't see them. And then on only one side, there is a zipper compartment that is almost the entire length of the bag. And there's a zipper right there. Oh, it does have a D-ring feature. So this was made in the 38th week of 2020. So I got this one either January 1st or January 2nd of 2021. So very fun. I do still have my protective covering on the actual big ones. Like whatever protective covering the bag came with, the bag has it. Very comfortable to wear as well, and it fits a ton. I'm very excited that I have this within my collection, because I feel like this is going to be one of those bags that I will eventually treat as a diaper bag. Very interesting to say, because you can either say like, wow, it's so expensive, why would you treat it as a diaper bag? But at the same time, you always kind of have something for your children with you whenever, I don't have kids, but whenever you do have your children, whether it be a toy or, you know, a snack or a little sweater or something for them. So I think that this would be perfect for that time. And again, one of the most largest pieces that I have within my collection, the Artsy MM. So fun. And actually, if I am brave, I might do the Artsy in the damier azur. I don't know. Am I brave? Am I not? Who knows? I have the Speedy bandouliere in the 30 size. This is the damier ebene, my very first Speedy. I got this in 2018. It is one of the bags that I wore so much before I started getting more and more bags. Being bandouliere, it does come with these straps, and again, it does have some air paper in there. The strap for the bandouliere 30 size comes in 3 different pieces, so I do have the 3 pieces here, and this is different from the one that I mentioned earlier, and also different from the one that is hanging from my trevi. So I do have a variety of different options for damier ebene within my collection, and the interior of this one is the red textile lining, and this one is one with the zippered pockets. Before this version, it was just a pocket without a zipper. So yeah, that is the Speedy in the 30 size. My only Speedy in the canvas version that I have within my collection. I do have another Speedy, and that is my Speedy size 25 bandouliere in the wine color. This was limited edition. This was a bag that I got 2023 in Rome, and she actually has a lot of dust, so just kind of tells me I gotta start using her again. I really love this color, and actually Louis Vuitton, from what I've heard, they're gonna be releasing this color again. I don't think they're gonna be releasing in the pieces that they did with this collection whenever it came out, but I am hoping that they will release a compact wallet. They did have the Victorine wallet, I believe, and again, my key fob and everything else that I want in a compact wallet doesn't fit in the Victorine, so I didn't even entertain that idea. I think it came out in the Romy, which is something that is kind of comparable to my empreinte key pouch, but I think it's still slim, so I didn't even go to look at that one. So I'm hoping maybe they bring it out either in the key pouch version or maybe a new wallet. I don't know. I just have to go see. Whenever they do come out with whatever it is that they come out, I will stay tuned to see what I get, because this color is such a chameleon. It could be a little bit more brown leaning, a little bit more purple leaning, a little bit more red leaning. Like, it is a beautiful color, and particularly for the fall and winter time, which is probably why it has a little bit of a dust, because I did use it for like about 6 to 7 months straight after I got it. I do need to bring her out again, obviously, dust her off a little bit. And I do see a little bit of veining happening here, just, you know, getting a little bit old, even though it's just 1 year. Apart from that, the bag is pretty much in great condition. I had a pen mark that I think I was able to get off because I don't really see it anymore. My corners are doing okay. I do see a little bit of a detail, but nothing too noticeable. The strap on this one is actually not my favorite. I wish that it had the same material that my pochette metis strap has, being the empreinte sort of leather. This is in the calfskin, which is a smooth leather that is actually the same material that the shoulder handles from the Onthego have, the black ones. These right here is the same material. And what I don't like about that is that you can see the creases more often, and I kind of feel like you need to be a lot more careful with the rain with this particular sort of calfskin or smooth calfskin leather. The inside of this bag is so luscious, so beautiful. It is that microfiber lining, and this one is actually my only size 25 speedy that I have within my collection. It does have a zipper pouch right here, and I do have a desiccant there again. On the opposite end, it does have a large pocket, like an open pocket. It's not a zipper one. I love how this one comes all the way down, so you can kind of open it a little bit more, because I was used to the size 30 for so many years that I love that option about this particular 25. I don't think all 25s come like that. This one feels like a little petite bag whenever I wear it, because again, I was used to the size 30 for so long that it just seems a little bit itty bitty, like very feminine. This is what I would describe this size as. Want to say that I would be willing to get another speedy in the size 25 in my collection. We'll just have to wait and see what that would be again. Or I am a fan of the empreinte, and I love the interior of this one. I'm just very happy that I did the Speedy 25 in this particular color. I think the color is what it's like all about it for me. And then in here, I just have the lock and keys, which show you my little lock. Here it is. Happy that it is not tarnishing. I was keeping it from one of the sides just hanging without the strap, and I eventually got some scratches on it, so I did take it off. And then obviously I'm not using the bag at the moment, so yeah. And then my little set of keys, so shiny. Happy that they're not oxidizing or turning or nothing. That is my Speedy 25. So the last two bags are very special for two reasons. One being the very first bag that I ever had within my collection from Louis Vuitton. This is the Neverfull in the MM size, the damier ebene with the red interior. Whenever I got this one, which was in 2013, it did not come with a pouch, so that option wasn't introduced until I want to say 2015, maybe 2014. I don't remember, but mine did not come with it, so I don't have it. It also was only one interior option, whereas whenever they started introducing it with the pouch, that might have been around the time where they started giving you the option of picking either cherry or the rose ballerine. I don't know. Anyways, you had options in the lining, whereas this one is red, which I love the red with this combination, so even if I had the option, I probably would have picked it. So yes, my very first handbag from Louis Vuitton, and one of my most used for a very long time. And I did redo the handles after 5 years, and now I do see some cracking in there again, which is one of the downsides from the damier ebene that I guess, you know, not a lot of people mention because it's so hard wearing, and it is, but that does happen. And then the very last bag is special because it is my newest bag from Louis Vuitton within my collection. I got this one pre-owned, so I don't have the pouch for it, but this is in the black, also the MM size, and the inside for this one is in a navy micro suede interior. So yeah, very similar to the canvas version, to where it has just one pocket, a D-ring on the side, and you know, similar clasp closure, you know, the features of a neverfull. So one being the very first in my collection, one being the most recently added into my collection. That is my entire Louis Vuitton collection. Let me know if there's any pieces that you think I would want now knowing my style. Let me know some of your recommendations, because there's definitely bags that I do want in my collection. I mean, price is a factor, upcoming releases is a factor. Let me know if you have any questions. I want to thank you so very much for spending a lot of your day with me, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.